Hello, hello, and good afternoon, everybody. We will go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and stop my camera. This is Space Ghost or Brown Ghost coming to you live. Oh, let me go ahead and get us going. All right, so what we have going on here today is the National Weather Service in Austin, San Antonio has issued a flash flood watch for the entire area. Now, as you can probably be aware if you've been outside, it is gonna be a hot, muggy day. It is if you got long curly hair, this is a Lion King warning day, hot and muggy for the rest of the day. It's gonna be relatively quiet today, but as we go into the evening hours and into tomorrow, then we will definitely be picking up. The rest of the week from the National Weather Service is predicting a heavy rainfall event for the area throughout the entire weekend and continuing into next week, although not as bad as expected during the weekend time frame. So, what is it that we are going to be looking at immediately? So, the National Weather Service, the Weather Prediction Centers, have actually put everything to the west of San Antonio under a level 3 flood risk. That is a moderate risk. That is the third highest level that exists for potential for flooding. That means there is at least a 40% chance of flooding in the red area. San Antonio is going to be seeing, it's going to be in the 10% area. That's the level 2 for rainfall risk. What does that mean? That means that all those low water crossings are going to possibly become affected on there. Just a reminder that keep an eye on those low water crossings, especially if you know those areas. If you're seeing any flat terrain, it may start to flood out or get solid water. Strong storms will be possible with some large hail and damaging winds, especially from 7 p.m. on Friday through the evening to the next morning on there. The following day, Saturday, the flood risk actually shifts and goes over towards the San Antonio area on there. And so we will continue to see the rainfall event on there, and it is gonna be dropping large amounts of rain. And if it materializes on Friday, we have the first round, and then Saturday we have the second round. Then we can expect the flooding to pick up, even though we do have a lot of dry areas around here. What is on there? What is the official forecast? You may be asking. The National Weather Service is putting Friday through Saturday at about pockets 3 to 4 inches near the Garner State Park, Concan area. It's also in the recharge zone, which is good news if we want the water into our aquifers, but it's also going to be region wide on there. Now, a more detailed look at our forecasting shows the 72-hour models are saying north of Uvalde, in the Uvalde area, we'll be seeing up to 6+ inches of rain are possible in that general area or somewhere around there. Now remember that these spots are not perfect. They may shift east, west, north, or south. So San Antonio has to be aware just in case the blob decides to move over and park itself over San Antonio. While we all love the rain, the flooding that comes with it will not be something to be looking at. And if we look at the 120-hour forecast model from this morning, we will actually be looking at possibly up to 9 inches of rain, anywhere from Eagle Pass, Del Rio, along 90, all the way up in towards the county line to just to the west side of San Antonio. And again, remember, just because the blob is showing up there, don't be surprised if it moves left, right, north or south, up, down on there. Now, why is this an issue? Because I thought Texas was dry. Well, yes, it is. Texas, a large chunks of Texas, this is the latest drought monitor release that has gone up. Shows that there's drought in the hill country area just above the county. We are still in the extreme drought area for most of the counties on there. And while it's gotten better than it has in the last couple of weeks because of the rainfall, we are still in the drought conditions. What does that mean for you? That means that if it actually starts to rain heavily in one spot, that water is not going to stick there. So it may go downhill or downstream. So that's one of the reasons why the National Weather Service has issued a flash flood watch for basically the entire area. The entire area, every county is looking at flash flood watch just because, like all things in our weather forecasting, the model, the rain blob, they decide to move somewhere else in the area, and so they are calling it from Friday from now until the 13th at 8 p.m. So that is up until up until the next few days that we're going to be seeing that. Looking at the day one, today is going to be a relatively quiet day. It's going to be a crazy hair day for us. So, just be aware of that. It's going to be hot and muggy as we continue the rest of the day. But then the next few days, we are going to be seeing the rainfall amounts and keep us in the cloudy situation. So, as you can see here, it is not, while we are the main focus of the heavy rainfall, it is going to be across the large part of West Texas. So, just be aware if you have any plans outside for the next few days. We're looking at areas from 15 to 40% chance of flooding, which is actually very high. And then the following day, day three, which is would be Saturday into Sunday, same thing is going to continue on there. So as you can see, we'll go ahead and zoom into the Texas area. The big old bullseye is right over the San Antonio area and pretty much everyone else. So we can expect to see some rain somewhere along here. So everyone should be keeping weather aware on that. Now, earlier we did say that there was chances for some hail with the storms, and here I have the storm predictions day two outlook on all categories. We are in a level two slight risk area here in San Antonio. We're not looking more towards tornadoes. What we're looking at is thunderstorms. Thunderstorms usually mean there's a chance for hail. While we may see a thunderstorm or two with some smaller hail, the bigger focus is going to be along the Rio Grande all the way up towards San Angelo up into Wichita Falls area. So thunderstorms basically looks like a dry line setup that we're going to be looking at, and it's going to be bringing with the moisture coming in. It's going to be able to provide us chances for hailers. And Texas hailers are not your normal hailers, so be aware of that if you're in the hatched area anywhere to the west of San Antonio in the San Antonio metro. Looking at the long term here, the long term forecast does have Texas being cooler than normal. What does cooler than normal means? It could mean 5 to 10 degrees cooler. So no, don't break out. You're not going to be needing your winter jackets, but it will be cooler. We're not going to be seeing high 90s anytime soon, at least not for the next couple of weeks. When it comes on here, they're forecasting that the entire part of Texas is going to be cooler than the forecasted average models on there. The good news is they're also predicting that we're going to be wetter. So it looks like the monsoon the monsoon is starting to open up over towards Arizona, New Mexico, and that means that usually we do get to see some additional rain. This is for the 6 to 10 days. So as you can see, while we're not going to be, other than this weekend, we're going to be able to see more rain for the next few days. And looking further out, 2 weeks out, so this would be almost towards the end of May, we are still going to be looking at a cooler setup for us, and because we are in a neutral phase, so we will, like I say, it could be anywhere from a couple of degrees to 5 to 10 degrees cooler, just depending if you get rain on or cloudy the next couple of weeks. And again, we are looking at rain chances for the next couple of weeks. It'd be spread it out for 2 weeks. Now we should all take part and be able to not worry about washing our cars or watering the plants for the next couple of weeks. It shouldn't be too bad because we can expect to see some rainfall, especially in the areas in our recharge zones for our aquifers. So those of you who are watching this right now, thank you for sitting through for a quick update. And a quick reminder: the National Weather Service has issued a flash flood watch from Austin, San Antonio for the entire area, expecting a heavy rainfall event the next couple of days, specifically Friday into Saturday and continuing on a little bit beyond that, but that's the main focus. So everyone, go ahead and be aware of that. Have a good afternoon and stay weather aware. We will be coming back to you if we need to do any kind of updates or coverages on here. And with that, I'm not seeing any comments or anything popping up. I'll go ahead and close it off and leave you all here. And thank you all for coming on and watching the May 11th update for a flash flood, possible flash flood event in the central areas of Texas. And thank you.